October. It is October 1st and our temperatures and everything is going to be changing. Days are still shrinking as far as that timeline goes. The other kicker too, which I thought this was fun, or not, depending on how you look at it, Minot averages 1.2 inches of snow for this month. But we look at the Bismarck stats. Bismarck gets 2.5 inches of snow, and overall those numbers are quite comparable. And so welcome to October. Leaves will keep changing, days keep getting shorter and shorter. The other thing too I want to highlight, so the National Weather Service in Bismarck issues weather alerts as they do for every single season. Does not matter, it is not us. But they are done issuing frost advisories for the 2025 growing season, so you will not be seeing that anymore. But they will, however, still issue freeze watches and warnings. The criteria for a hard freeze for these watches and warnings will continue until we get to 32 degrees or lower for 3 hours or more, or until we get to October 20th, which will end the growing season at that point. That's because our averages start to go below 32 degrees at that given point. And so, of course, though, we're nowhere near that. I'll give you a little hint, though. Once we go to our Monday morning, that's probably our next best chance of seeing some frosty conditions. We turn to our temperatures. We're in the 60s and 70s as we speak. Still some rain from Watford City all the way up to maybe the Fortuna area. But the warmth continues today, continues tomorrow, no changes. I do want to emphasize we're probably not talking about warm lows tomorrow morning, so we do get a break from that. So back to the 40s and 50s, no more 60s. But we're back to the 80s again for our Thursday, then Friday, increasing clouds because of another stubborn and weak cold front, but that there will be our last day in those 80s. For most of us though on Thursday, it is the 80s. We start to bump down a little bit more on our Friday, but the change will start to occur there for the 60s on Sunday. Once we go to our Saturday afternoon through Sunday, we got to talk about the rainfall, and a good amount kind of cusping along Highway 83, then kind of diving into the Hettinger area. That would be the dark blue or in a higher category, so that would be 1/2 inch or more. You go off towards the west and northwest, you're talking just a couple of drops. So the way it maps out here for weekend plans, I do think most of it will be right into the afternoon hours for us, and that's going to be accounting for Sunday morning as we're going to church. And then after the football games, say the early window, we should start to see all of that rain move on out. So temperatures there on Sunday will be in the 60s, and we please can't forget about that wind too, because I do think, Sarah, it's going to be a windy Sunday with the gusts, I think, easily approaching 30 to maybe 45-mile-per-hour winds.
Well, I guess you won't need to do your hair that day.
No, especially with the wind too, pointless.
Sounds good.
It's a lazy day anyway.
Yeah, that's okay. Thanks, Heidi.
Yep.